Nearly 100,000 people in Britain were brought up in foster care in the 1970s. 48-year-old Matthew was one of them. Although he knows his birth mother was English, he has never known his dad's identity. Hey, how are you, Matthew?
Good, how are you? Welcome.
Nice to meet you. I'm Stacey.
Come on in.
House is lovely.
Oh, thank you.
This.
Would you like a drink?
Yeah, I'll have a drink. I'll have a cup of tea. Thank you.
My family are big tea drinkers.
Yeah. Thanks ever so much.
That's fine.
So let's start right from the beginning. What is it that you're trying to find out?
I grew up in a white foster family, not knowing anything about the black side of me. I want to find out if there's anything out there you can find that's going to help me fill that void. It's almost like a colouring book that's kind of it's filled in with all these lovely colours, but there's a part of it that's I can't colour anything in.
I'm right in thinking that you know that your biological mother is a white woman.
Yeah.
What do you know about your biological father?
Very little. I've been told that he's black. And that's it. Really, really little. In care, I had a social worker, and they give you a book.
Right, yeah.
Kind of gives you a bit of background on your identity. So I've got it over here, actually. Do you want to have a little look?
Am I right to have a nose? Yeah.
You can, yeah. There you go.
Oh, my goodness, Matthew. When I first came here, and this is you. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Age 10, I think that was.
And how do you feel when you look through this book?
It's got a bit of history in there about the white side of my family, but the black side, there wasn't anything to talk about. Obviously, when I open that up, that void, it's, you know, it's becomes apparent again, doesn't it?
You're brought up by your foster family.
Yeah.
Tell me about them.
So they're my family, so I don't feel, looking back, I don't feel as if I missed out on a family, which is incredible. My foster mum gave me foundations to get through life. Yeah, so she was 18.
Am I allowed to have a look?
Of course you are, yeah.
What's her name?
June.
Yeah.
And
actually now you're a foster dad.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
Well, it's kind of a little tribute to her as well.
Yeah.
We lived in a village in Kent. My foster mum was an amazing woman. And I remember as a kid, I was in my bedroom. She said to me, oh, there's a programme on TV that you might quite like. She put it on, and it was a show called The Soul Train. I saw all these black people singing and dancing. Whilst I loved it, it left me with a sense of confusion. I didn't understand why she thought I would like it. I didn't see that show and think, those people are black, I'm black. But it was her way of getting me connected in some way to the black side of me. But I didn't make that connection.
I suppose you're growing up, what, in the 70s, 80s?
70s, yeah.
Kent's very white.
Yeah. When you're a child, but especially when you're a child in care, you want to fit in with everyone. You just want to be the same as everyone else. So anything like that made you different, you wanted to run away from that. So last year with the Black Lives Matter, I think it forced everyone to take a good hard look at the realities of racism. And with that, I felt I couldn't look at that before looking at myself and looking at the part of me that I hadn't really looked at. So for me, it was a kind of double whammy.
There's just this gaping hole when it comes to the biological father's side.
Well, this book is the white side of me, but there's another book, isn't there? That's got empty pages.
How are you feeling? You ready?
Yeah.
Matthew and his partner Raphael are at the University of Leicester to meet Churi. And Matthew's hoping that by analysing his DNA, Churi might be able to discover the truth about his ancestry.
Hello.
Hello, come on
on in.
Thank you.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So how can I help you?
So I grew up in foster care. I know about the white side of my family, but I've got nothing on the black side of my family.
So you know your mum is, so is she she's British background?
Yeah, white British, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What's made you come up with the idea that your biological father was black?
So I was told that by social services. I've been told that my father was from the West Indies, could be Jamaican. That's kind of all I know, really.
So I know that because so many people came over from the Caribbean, many from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Many children in foster care were told their parent was Jamaican.
Oh.
That was not uncommon.
I'm clearly mixed race, so yeah.
That is one of the really interesting things about skin pigmentation. We're such visual creatures, it's like our eyes are almost tricked. Within any one country, you will find a huge range of skin pigmentation, such that looking at somebody's pigmentation, you can't say which country they come from. So, for example, looking at you, I would go, I have no idea. It could be from the Caribbean, or it could be, from South America. It can be anywhere in towards, Middle East.
So you can imagine my holidays have been really interesting over the years. Wherever I go, people think I'm from their country.
Yeah. Well, and that's precisely it.
Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. So it sounds like really your question is, you want to know something about your ancestry and about your father's side. So what we do is we'll get you to take a DNA test. We compare your DNA with populations from various parts of the world. I'm actually pretty confident that we will be able to give you some sort of information about where your biological father is from.
Exciting.
It can throw up some unexpected results. Okay. So have you got people to support you?
Yeah, I've got a really good network. I think it means a lot to me to give it a go, to have a look. I owe it to myself.
Churi and the team will now start analysing Matthew's DNA against the 30 million people on worldwide databases to see if they can pinpoint where his father was from. Matthew is on his way back to the University of Leicester with his partner Raphael. Churi and the team have been analysing Matthew's DNA to finally discover where his father was from.
Come on in.
Hello.
It's lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you too.
Your question was really around your ancestry. You knew that your mum was white, English.
Yeah.
But I know you had questions around the ancestry on your biological father's side. So I know that you were told that he was Jamaican. Now, people from Jamaica have got really mixed ancestry, and that's because of the history of the island. So it was plantation economy, and the laborers who worked on those plantations were mainly African. So let me show you on a map. The majority of slaves that were brought over from Africa were from this area, so in with Nigeria and all sort of this west coast of Africa. So that's essentially where I am expecting to find matches for you if your father was Jamaican. That's not what we were getting. Your main matches on your father's side are here.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Your strongest matches were East Africa. Madagascar, Mozambique, Kenya. But also places like the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, China.
Wow.
You're also getting matches in France. So you actually have this really wonderful mixture of DNA. But the results that we were getting time and again were really pointing very clearly to a particular place. Your father was not from Jamaica. He was from the Seychelles.
Really? Wow. Well, I'm astonished, actually. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know too much about the Seychelles, but
Let me show
hopefully
you.
you're going to enlighten me.
I am. So they are islands off the east coast of Africa. So not even inhabited until the 16th century, and not really sort of properly colonized until it was by the French in the 18th.
So that with the French connection, but
Your matches are coming back as French Creole.
French Creole.
Creole from
Creole.
the Seychelles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, Creole essentially means a mixture of African and European. People who live there now are descended from slaves and freed slaves who were working on the plantations. So again, so these are things like, coconut, cotton, sugar plantations. But really fascinating history because you've got people from Europe. But we can also see from your DNA that you had a few ancestors from East Asia, sort of traders and adventurers who've got sort of, Arab, Persian, Chinese, Indian origins.
Wow, that's really interesting, isn't it? It's like a new beginning for me, almost. For that half of me that, that was lying dormant.
The surnames that you're getting in the family trees that you are matching are names like Paillet, Rivière, Morel, so French names. Those are the ones that are coming back in your family tree.
Okay. Far more glamorous, isn't it?
It's very glamorous. So the matches that you're getting are distant cousins. So it's very difficult to use that to start to be able to trace who your biological father is.
Yeah.
But obviously these databases are growing all of the time. It may well be that somebody pops up on the database who's a close relative.
So much to think about. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey. Hello.
How are you? Good to see you. Likewise. Hello. Good to see you. I'm really well. I mean...
I know, wow. So, I'm from the Seychelles.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Really? That's amazing. It's completely different than I would expect. I'm like, oh my God, maybe you come from Brazil. I'm really happy for you.
Thank you, darling.
Really happy.
Cheers.
Congratulations. You finally know where you come from.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is what everybody deserves.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
It's good. It's a good feeling. It's a nice feeling. Yeah, I'm a little bit stunned, to be
I
honest.
feel like you're still digesting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything I've ever known is not real. Part of me feels that I should be upset about that or angry about that, and that should be a big issue. But I don't feel like that. I feel that that's just I've just erased something that shouldn't have been there.
You're sat here now, and there's a lot more clarity.
Yeah.
What does that give you?
It's just given me the truth. It feels liberating. It solidifies my identity, doesn't it? Which is, I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm so happy I've done it now.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I've done it. It feels like this is just the beginning of something now.
Well, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just the start. So Turi called me, and now we've discovered that I've got a half brother. It was a surprise and quite exciting.
After a close relative popped up on one of the databases, Turi did a further DNA test to confirm that Matthew and his newly discovered half-brother Carl share the same father.
Okay,
There you go.
let's go.
Carl has just sent Matthew an email to introduce himself.
We need to look at the pictures. Should we dive in?
Let's go. Wow. Wow.
That is me in that picture. Yeah, it looks like me, doesn't it? He looks like me.
Wow.
That is incredible.
And he really looks like you.
I can see me there, can you?
Yeah.
In these eyes.
And the line in front of that, in the front head, is the same. It's similar. Wow, that's so.
It's really bizarre. Dear Matthew, my name is Carl, and I believe I'm your half-brother. I was born in 1971 in Lancaster, so he's a year older than me. When I found out I had a half-brother living in London, I felt nervous, but very, very excited. I never knew my real dad. So to discover my paternal father is from the Seychelles was a big shock. I always believed he was from Malta, so I thought I was from Jamaica. And so we both had the same shock. I would love to meet you and hear about you in your life. I hope that this is a happy one. God bless. I hope we can meet soon. Carl.
Incredible.
We've lived kind of parallel lives in some ways, but never known each other. I feel good. It feels like the next part of the chapter.
Let's go into Seychelles.
Let's go to the Seychelles. Are you paying?
Yes.